The kids get a lot out of it, the Sherpas get a lot out of it, the community does, the high school does.
Something that helps me learn and makes friends.
It builds their confidence.
We take kids from the 2 middle schools, the high school, and 3 other programs in the Durango area. Bring them up to the mountain on 5 occasions. And it's a mentoring program that we try and build relationships between young adults and the adolescents that we're working with.
I think it takes her mind off of what's going on in her family life.
These kids have really helped me learn a lot about myself in a way that, I don't get anywhere else.
If a kid goes to our university program and does all the things that are required at his level, Durango Mountain Resort gives them a full season pass for the rest of the year, and we loan them a board and boots that they can use for the rest of the year. So it's a very good incentive for these kids to stay on task.
I've made so many new friends in this program. Like, normally people I wouldn't hang out with are in this group, and we just kind of came together and we're like PB&J.
SOS is awesome.
Yeah, it rocks.
We can try and instill our 5 core values into these kids, using one each week to show them how to use the core value on the mountain, at school, in the relationships with their friends, and with their family.
Okay, so SOS really helps you shape your character and your behavior in a community.
Yeah, because it teaches you just to, incorporate what you learn on the mountain, and not necessarily just snowboarding-wise, but the morals and mental of what you learn about all the words we do into life.
I think that's what kind of these words are helping these students kind of realize that, this isn't just on a mountain, this is kind of how real life is, and it's what I find from it, or what I've gathered from it, is how much I get out of it from watching them go through these things, or the way they treat each other on the mountain. It's amazing how cool they are to each other and how they encourage each other every day just up here. So I'm hoping they do it when they're home.
The kids, to come up to the mountain, they have to have the word. And so we have some good discussions before we even come to the mountain about what that value is, and how we want to see these kids be leaders at school and use it. And like last week, integrity was the word. Came up to the mountain, started talking about the integrity. They were in their groups, they had to recognize integrity. Came back to school, and I have some of the toughest kids that are in this group right now, and they needed to go in and do an assignment when they got back, and it was in a different class, and I was just thinking, this isn't going to work. But no, they took the value of the word, went into the class, and I got a report back from the teacher that they were the leaders of the class. Those are the kind of things that we see with the words. They get those, the kids really internalize those, and we at school make sure that we're asking them, hey, are you using your words? And the kids can come back and say, yeah, this is how I'm using it, and it's a great thing to see.
I believe they really do internalize the core values. They talk about having integrity and discipline, and they work together, they cooperate, they're super, what I see is that they're super supportive of each other on the slopes.
Staying positive, using wisdom, integrity, discipline, compassion, all those words to, just become a better person to yourself and to everybody else.
We feel like over time, if we get the kids, especially the kids we get in middle school, that we see carry over into high school, we have seen an impact, both in academic performance, attendance, attitude, and it just gives them something positive in their life. Many of our kids are kids who have challenges, special challenges, not always academic, some social. We have kids who have good leadership qualities but don't have an opportunity to show those leadership qualities. Maybe have a hard time making friends, and by being in smaller groups they tend to form bonds both with the kids in their group and with the Sherpas or youth mentors. The Sherpas is a name we use for them.
Go girl. Remember to keep your speed under the bridge.
How's she been doing?
She's doing excellent. She's telling me about how her mom died last year, and that she's just trying to stay on track, and that people are messing with her, but she tries not to listen to them, and she's working on her anger management problems. So They're really good. She says she gives it to the hill.
So they were changing the relationships with their teachers and even with their family to facilitate this need that they have to be here. As much as it's great to snowboard, it's also kind of a freedom, you know? It's an individual sport. You get time for yourself, your mind time, your time to be you, and they're learning how to be them. So if we can bring a word like wisdom into them and have them think about it, but think about it when they're going through that tough time with their teacher and be like, instead of negative at their teacher or just wanted to shut down, instead they're like, you know, what am I really learning and what can I take from this?
Not only do we have time with them on the mountain, we also do community service. The mentors stay in touch with them during the school year, during the SOS season, to make sure they're staying on top of their studies, that they have a good attitude in school. We also give a day back to the mountain when we come back after the season and pick up trash on the slopes. So the program isn't just about snowboarding. Snowboarding is the carrot, if you will, that gets them on the mountain.
It's a life-changing thing. You learn so many new things, and you get to meet people, and you learn more about yourself, and you get more self-confidence, and it's worth going up on the mountain and learning this new stuff.
You're like used to hanging out with the same people, same old jokes, same old time, and now you meet other people and they have different stories and like places where they come from, places where they've been.
It's cool to be able to make friends from other places and different schools because it allows you to bond and have a better relationship with your community.
Teachers have difficult times sometimes with the students coming up to the mountain and missing 5 classes. And what we've done is ask the teachers to come up, and we've had teachers come up, and once they come up and they see the program, all of a sudden they become the biggest supporters. They see that the values that the kids are learning on the mountains, the way that the kids come out of their shells and really blossom here on the mountain is what we're about. And once they know that, all of a sudden we have support, and it's just a great thing to see.
You do fall on your face a lot, and it is painful, but it's still fun.
The only thing is I jumped and totally biffed bad. I went up like that and came back down and I hit a curve spot. Fuck!
SOS rocks.
Mostly she's just really happy to be out here.
One of our goals going forward is to increase our impact with the kids. To do that, we need to extend the time frame within which we're working with the kids. That takes people, resources, that right now we don't have. SOS as a whole, especially in Bell Valley, is headed that direction, adding kayaking, rock climbing, mountain biking, and we're looking at trying to do that on some scale, maybe not with 100 kids in Durango, but so that we have a fall, winter, and spring activity for these kids. We're taking kids into the snowboarding program and putting them in a mountain biking program in the spring, and fall we might be doing hiking and fly fishing. There's so many things to do in the Durango area. I think we can find a way of extending that mentoring impact. And I think if we can do that, the impact that we have on these kids in school will be significantly greater. And again, to do that, we've got to sort of expand our reach, expand the number of volunteers, as well as the resources we have available to us for equipment and so on. We basically function on donated dollars, donated equipment, and donated time.
It's my heart. It's just hard.